Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, that's a perfect transition. Let's happen in the Bitcoin space. Cryptocurrency. How you feel about it? How you feel about crypto?
Well, already said I feel about like decentralization. Good. Crypto in general, it just seems like it just feels like everything's headed in that direction. Like we probably can't see it too much now, but you got the chip in the card. Like sometimes I just tap my card on.
Facts,
Everything's going digital. I took the train today in New York City. Just put my phone up to the fare thing. Got in.
Well, that was one of the whoever invented that. I love you.
Good,
That's fire.
Good stuff.
Fire invention.
Deserves 2 promotions.
And he probably cashed out.
Oh, easy.
He's in every subway station.
He's retired. But so everything's going digital, and I like it. And everyone, you can't not like it.
No, you honestly can't, because it's literally what's gonna happen. Like, it's to the point that, but actually I'm gonna say that for later. But it's like everything you do, you're gonna probably be paying with Bitcoin in the next 10 years. It's probably gonna be something that's regularly accepted everywhere you go. There probably was a time that you would go into the store, you can't even think about paying with a card. You just come with a cash or with a check. Now it's like the majority of people now use cards.
Some places don't even take cash. Yeah.
And now it's gonna get to a point that it's like, how much is it? 0.02234567 Bitcoin. Great.
Scan the eye real quick and then.
The pricing gonna get crazy because I want a little piece of Bitcoin. Let's talk about it. It's
when did you buy that Bitcoin?
Really what happened was I told the whole story for the podcast. So I was working, and then one of my managers was talking about, he's like, XRP, and this is before this whole to the moon stuff, but he was on to the moon timing at the time. He was like, XRP is going to the moon, right? So I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, cryptocurrency, if you're not in it, you're gonna lose. He said, it's going to the moon, right? So I got in XRP at $2.44, right? And it was going up nice. So I was like, oh, maybe he's telling facts. So I put more money into it. I probably had like 100 something in, right? It went, the highest I got was 316, dropped all the way down to 37 cents.
Oh. So
I lost mad money. I had like probably $9 in it, right? So I checked back like 6 months later, that $9 was around like $16 to $19. So I was like, XRP is done. It's clearly not going to the moon like this guy said it was going. So I was like, let me put this money into Bitcoin, since Bitcoin was kind of like the biggest thing at the time. And I just left it there for 2 years. Then I see Bitcoin, all this hype, Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey creating a 500 Bitcoin fund, which is worth about like $24 million. So I'm like, all right, Bitcoin is back in the markets. What's going on with Bitcoin? I'm seeing like Goldman, like all these big banks getting into Bitcoin. So I'm like, let me check my Coinbase again. So that little $19 was at $103. Remind me of when I bought that stock for 23, sold it for 25. I'm like, hey, I like appreciation. You know, it's making me feel happy. So then I'm like doing more research in the crypto space, trying to see what's going on. Even at this point, I feel like even some of the most educated people in crypto, because I watch a lot of crypto podcasts, they don't even know where this is going. They just have a whole bunch of speculation. They're like, crypto is going to be the number one. Bitcoin's going to be the number one payment across the whole world. Yeah. It's just a whole bunch of this could be, this could be, this could be.
Suddenly everyone's a crypto expert.
Yo, like literally, if you search crypto podcasts, it's like everybody's like, oh, Crypto Hub, like the god of crypto intelligence. We are the best crypto channel in the world. Yeah. You listen to it, I'm like, yo, you're not telling me anything different than what he just told me. And they all cover the same information. They're like, oh, this big company just got into crypto. If you're not in it, you're losing. It's like, yo, nobody's telling me any fundamentals. Actually, I'm lying at you. Finmatics, I'm gonna put a link in the description. It's called FINEMATICS channel. It's very, very good at breaking down the technical part, but I ain't gonna lie, it's too technical for me. Yeah. It's like this guy is going into like how everything works, like the technology, the blockchain technology, how each block breaks, and how that causes like interest rates to go up, down, how the whole market works.
I didn't know it went that deep.
Bro, I didn't even think it went that, but apparently like the technology behind it is like so wild, mixed with the finance aspect. The person like Finmatics channel, he goes crazy. But there's other good resources. I have like DeFi Pulse is a good website if you're trying to like just get like an overarching understanding of like what certain terms mean or where certain platforms are. Also, CoinDesk is a really good website that has like articles,
CoinDesk,
podcasts about crypto, and they do a lot of cryptocurrency stuff. And there's one that I personally call it Gentlemen of Crypto. You know, they go kind of in depth about what cryptocurrency is, and they're more like market people. Like they see what's going on in the real world. Like they were the first people I saw about the Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey creating their fund, which to be honest, I don't really understand like the mission behind it, why that was such a big move for Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey. Obviously you see 24 million, you're like, all right, they're obviously making a big investment, but to do it in the form of crypto, That was what kind of confused me.
What does it really even mean that they both went in on this crypto project?
That's what I don't know.
Because, I mean, it makes sense financially. Like, whatever they're about to do is absolutely going to make money. I bet it's a sick idea, but in terms of what they're actually, I have no clue.
That reminds me, because the show Billions that I've been watching recently, every time they do something illegal or something that has to be under the table, he's like, I'll pay you in Bitcoin.
Yeah, because it doesn't track back.
Because it doesn't track back to who. They don't know who owns what. So it's like, matter of fact, I'm not even going to pay you in this. I'm going to pay you in Bitcoin. So it's like a way to do transactions low key. I'm not saying that's what Jay-Z and this guy and Jack Dorsey was doing. Like, obviously, they were doing something noble. I think they established in like India, and like they're not going to control the fund at all. They're going to elect 3 board members, and the application was literally like a Google Doc. Like anybody can apply. It was 3 fields, and like we just need 3 people to manage the money. But I'm like, why did it have to be in Bitcoin? Like I didn't understand why Bitcoin was important in their choice. I guess it was because of the fact that it can appreciate so much faster than if they was to just give them regular money, because regular money is probably going to devalue, but Bitcoin's going crazy. So that 24 mil.
What it might be is, I remember Facebook Mark tried to make its own crypto. I think it's called Libra.
Oh, Libra. Oh, yeah.
And I don't think that did too well. So maybe this is Dorsey's way of
just backing Bitcoin?
Backing Bitcoin, or putting his toe in the water for potentially his own like internet currency.
That's actually kind of crazy. They say that. Because Dorsey's the CEO of Square. Square, like their payment.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think he was, bro, I forget this guy's exact history, but I know that he was working somewhere before and then he started working at Square. Maybe it was Twitter. I don't know. I'm not going to even throw that out there because I don't know the facts. But he's working at Square. Apparently, Square bought like 5,000 Bitcoin recently. So he's probably really banking on like the fact that since he has a payment platform, he wants to be the first platform that's integrated with Bitcoin. Because if he does that successfully, he kind of puts himself ahead of like Visa and like all these other type of payment processors that's out there, because he had the currency of the world and he's the first one to be offering it at a large scale for payment. Yeah. Square is you can't beat them at that point. You probably could beat them, obviously.
I don't know. It would be like out with the old and with the new. Like if these older companies, they've just been established back in the day. Like perhaps this is like when they get the back seat.
Take that out, yeah. And it's crazy because you would never think of like these big companies going down. But with how fast things are moving, it's like they can't even see when they're about to get blindsided.
Like Blockbuster was huge, and then Netflix comes in. I can see something like that going on here.
You can't even tell when you're done. You just going to work, and then it's like 2-3 months later, you're like, hey guys, you gotta retire. It's like how it's hard, and that's why we're saying, like, that's why we emphasize so much on this podcast. This is a podcast about information and spreading it, because information is so vital. And like you see in Blockbuster's situation, the lack of either having the information or acting on the information could be make or break. Because I'm pretty sure they knew that Netflix was cooking up something. They'd probably be like, we're a Blockbuster. Yeah. We're the number 1 leading DVD seller in the world. Who's going to ever come for us? Now you're done. You don't have a business. I think they tried to have like a little online streaming platform. They took an L because you were too late to the space when Netflix already revolutionized it. Hulu came here and gave you a little boom. You can't even get to second in line. Like you're done at that point. And now all these big companies came and took Blockbuster completely out the market.